Defendant, if you'd raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth regarding these matters under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Describe to me what happened on or about September 9, 2013, under count 1, accessory after the fact, and under count 2, unlawfully driving away an automobile. Tell me what went on.
What I did? I witnessed my husband shoot the state trooper.
What put the two of you in that area?
My husband went to sell guns in Ludington.
Who was driving?
My husband, Eric.
And how many guns did he have?
I don't know exactly. More than 5, but I don't know.
Where were the guns located?
Behind the seat.
Was there also a separate weapon that was involved that was not wrapped up in the blanket?
Yes, sir.
And what was that separate weapon?
A handgun.
Do you know what kind of handgun?
No, I do not.
Do you know why the state trooper stopped your car?
I do not.
Describe what happened when the state trooper stopped your car.
He walked up to the window, started to ask, like, how's it going? And then I heard the gunshot.
Did you hear your husband say anything?
After?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
When you heard the shot, what did you see next?
My husband pulled away, and I looked behind, and I saw the trooper laying in the road and a bunch of blood.
When you say that the trooper was in the road and that there was a lot of blood, was he in the traveled portion of the road?
He was in front of where he had his car parked and where we pulled over on the side of the road.
Do you know exactly where the trooper was when you heard the gunshot?
By our window.
All right. Was the window up or down?
Down.
All right. Was there a conversation about to take place with your husband and the trooper?
Just the trooper asking how it was going.
And then the shot was
Yes.
immediate?
Yes. Before the trooper finished his sentence.
Okay. How much time went by from when your husband drove off and you heard the shot?
A couple of seconds.
All right. As your husband is driving off and you're in the car with him, where did you guys go next?
To his mother's house.
And can you tell us where that was?
Irons. I think he might have stopped at his boss's before, which is a street away from his mom's.
All right. And what would be the purpose to stop at the boss?
He was getting money from him.
Do you know if he succeeded in doing that?
I believe, yes.
Then where did he go after he stopped by where the boss was?
To his mom's. I went inside and I told her we needed her.
And your husband stayed in the truck?
No, he got out to clean up blood from the side of the truck.
What did he have to use to clean up the truck?
I believe napkins.
Anything else?
Not that I know of. I just went in and told her we needed her, and we went back out and got in the truck. By that time, he was already done.
Describe what happened next.
He left his mom's, and she asked what was going on. And he said that he needed her to drive the truck back, that he was going to get a car. And he told her that he just killed a state trooper.
And did this conversation take place with all three of you in the cab of that truck?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did your mother have his mother have a response?
She acted shocked and asked if he was serious. And I started crying. And he started telling her that he just got done wiping off the officer's brains from the truck. She just complained about his driving and kept telling him he needed to slow down. But then we went to a holla and parked away from Timothy's house. And he walked up there.
Would that be your husband?
Yes. He came back with the car. And we put the stuff that we had in the truck in the car.
And where did the two of you go, you and Eric?
He stopped at some gas station, I don't know what one, and got cigarettes and drinks. And then he stopped at a friend's house, and then Dublin store, gas station.
And you know what the purpose of stopping at the friend's house was?
He wanted to try to buy a bag of weed.
A bag of what?
Weed.
And what occurred at the Dublin store?
I went inside the store. He was outside getting gas. And after he came in, I saw a state cop looking at the car. And my husband ran out the back. And I waited in the store. And then I heard loud noises. And when it registered that it was more gunshots, I went out the front door and I saw my husband laying on the ground. And then I had guns pointed at me and I was told to get on the ground.
Do you remember any conversation during that travel?
He was talking about how we had to get out of town and I had to get rid of my phone and that he would get me a new one. And he kept telling me how sorry he was. And he talked about how he killed a state cop. He didn't want the police tracking us because the last time the cops were around asking him questions, I willingly gave them my cell phone number. So he thought that they would use it to track us.
At the time from the Hanson Road location in Mason County to the Dublin store, did Eric ever point the gun at you?
No, sir.
If Eric went inside and you stayed in the car, was there anything keeping you from simply jumping out and running?
The fear and the shock, and I was almost 7 months pregnant, and I didn't know where we were, and I know that I can't run faster than the car, and I know I definitely can't run faster than a bullet.
What caused you to be in fear at that point?
The fact that he already shot somebody, and just our history.
All right. Were there any verbal threats by Eric to you?
Not at that time, but previously, yes.
And previous to when?
Previous to him shooting the officer and previous to that actual day.
All right. What would be the nature of those threats?
He's threatened to kill me before.
Were there ever any comments that you and Eric would rejoin Eric's mother in Luther?
No. She was to drive the truck back to his dad's house.
Defendant, what is your plea to count 1, which is accessory after the fact to a felony, in this case, murder of a police officer?
Guilty.
And what is your plea to count 2, being a part of unlawfully driving away a motor vehicle?
Guilty.
Your pleas are made voluntarily, they're accurate, knowledgeable, and understanding pleas.
Yes, sir.
Sentencing will be
Tuesday, December 17th at 3:15.
anything else, prosecution?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Attorney Spilling?
No, Your Honor. Thank
The
you.
record would show defendant is being handed the information sheets regarding DNA testing and probation.